In this video, we are up against the clock a little bit. This is a job that I've had dropped onto my lap in the last 24 hours to get some underfloor heating into this new utility space before the builder comes back, before he gets the screed in. What we've got to do is lay probably 30 metres of underfloor heating in here. I've marked off where the units are going to go, that side, and in the corner. So we've got our free space in the middle for the pipework, and what we're going to be doing is coming into here to connect onto the manifold, but what we're going to have to do is cap off the existing utility, which the customer's absolutely fine about, and connect the new utility into the existing underfloor heating. All of that has got to get done within the next 3 weeks because the customer has got a baby due on the 5th of December and they obviously want the house back, and Christmas is coming up and I've got loads of other work to do. Hopefully we can get it done. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to do a really brief, quick intro just to say, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button on this video because it makes a massive difference. I am trying to get the channel to 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. When I set the channel up 4 years ago, my aim was to do 10,000 subscribers every year, hopefully more, but ideally 10,000 subscribers every year, and we are, I think, 800 subscribers away now from getting 40,000 this year. So if you're not, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It just means that it's going to help push my content and you're not going to miss any of the content that's coming up. So that would be much appreciated. Also, quick shout out to Unilite. I'm going to plug this light again quickly because I have got a special deal on this Unilite. Unilite sponsor the channel, so they do me a deal. You save money, they sell their lights, everyone's a winner. The Unilite IL175R is meant to be 50 quid. With my link in the description below, you can get this for 25 quid delivered. Perfect little stocking filler. Perfect little stocking filler for yourself. Treat yourself. Get yourself one of these little lights. They're perfect for sticking in cupboards. Magnet on the bottom. 3 settings on the light. They are absolutely banging lights. Honestly, really, really good lights. Get yourself one. Link in description. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. That's enough from me. Enjoy the video and I'll catch you soon. So, as I said, we've got to get underfloor heating into here now. They're having units along this edge here, full units along there. So this is the space we've got to put underfloor heating in. Doorways being cut into there, and just back towards the door here, unit going there. So what I've done, I've marked out where the units are going to go so we know the space that we've got to work in. And then, as I said in the intro, now this loop here is for their current utility that is in another part of the house. Now, Tom said he's absolutely fine with that being cut off and this loop here being fed off the old utility pipework. Otherwise, we could have probably added a bank onto there and then come off it so that he kept them all in. But he's happy for that, more than happy for it to do it like that. And then obviously we've got to wire the stat in the other side of this wall at some point. But what I want to get done today, because we're up against it time-wise a little bit, is get some holes drilled through here, and then we can just put 2 circuit loops in here and we can connect on when we come back in a couple of weeks. Because we're sort of up against it. I think the chippy's coming in next week, so we've got to get this floor in and set before anyone else can work on it. So we're going to poke out here and then straight into the floor, work our way down with 150 centres for the underfloor heating loops. We'll probably come round, down, and work our way right on the outside back, and then up, down, get to this point, and we can dive back in. Let's get the underfloor heating out of the van. We've got staples, we've got the gun, we've got everything we need to get this done. So first things first, we've got to get some holes into this room where the manifold is. So I'm going to drill 2 holes side by side straight through there. There's going to be a stud along the bottom of this. This is just a stud wall. So we can come straight through, out of here, side by side, and then straight into this floor. There's units going here, so it won't make a difference if we just tuck into the floor there, and then off we go. Otherwise we've got to start chopping all the floor out in there, which we don't really want to do. It's going to be hidden by units, so we can come out there, our 2 pipes along there, and then straight down here, off to do the room. Now obviously this one, because we're going to have the return pipe coming in, we'll come out a little bit further with this one, so it's sort of hit out of here, and then along and down, and then it leaves that much there for our return pipe to come in and back through the wall there. So we've finally got the pipework through the stud. So we've got it through anyway. I've just poked a little bit of pipe through just to make sure we're all good. So we can pull that out for now, because we're going to start putting the underfloor heating pipe in. Always get yourself one of these decoilers if you're doing a lot of underfloor heating. It just saves so much time trying to unravel it. Even for something like this is, you know, a fairly small little install, but it would just be so much easier, especially being on your own. Pop the pipework in and then you can just pull it out. I'll show you. So just grab the pipe and it sits over the top of there like that, and then you've got these bars that just lock down on top of it like that. And there we go. And then as you're pulling it out, this just spins, it decoils itself, saves you getting in a right tangled old mess. So just get the end, pull it out, and as you're pulling it, it'll just start spinning like so. So what we're going to do is get this end in here first, through our hole, and then poked into that room where the manifold is. Leave enough coiled up, and then we can start getting it onto the floor and clipping it into position. And then what I'll do is pull enough through here, because we're going to go along the back of there when we come to connect it and into this far end one. So I'll just pull a couple of meters through, and then we've got enough to play with. So with that pipework now poking through, what I'm going to do is put a tight bend on it there, and then sort of come along here and then off and start getting it into here. First of all, got to load up the clip gun. We're using 50mm clips for this one. They'll just push straight into the Celotex floor. So if you haven't got one, it saves your thumbs. It's well worth having one. So we just lift that up to there and then just load the clips in like so. They do jam up now and again, but they can be a bit of a pain. But just load it all the way up with a load of clips. And then what you've got to do, that weight on the top just sort of weighs the weight of the clips in, and then as you're walking around, stamping it down, just a case of pushing the top. I'll show you, just show you. Just push the top in, like so. Holds the clip into place. So we'll pull that one out. We get this tucked in here, nice and tight, and then we can start working our way around the floor. There we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 clips in there. I always try to keep some clips really tight on the bends as they're coming through. That one's flowing in, but then we've got a tight bend there. And what we'll do, we'll work our way down now and start putting the loops up and down. So we just set them 150 apart, just because it spreads the heat nice and evenly. And then when we get up to the top, we'll go one last loop down, and then the last outside circuit will run around the outside and then back in through there. Now, to be honest, I do quite enjoy doing underfloor heating. This part of it, especially, because you see it sort of unfold as you're going along. This room's a little bit small, but I have done, and there is previous videos of me doing big, massive barn renovations where we're doing miles and miles of underfloor heating. Now, you might notice to get the 150 centres, I use my shoe. I put my foot between the pipework and it just spaces it perfectly 150 between each of the runs up and down. Right, we're getting there now. As you can see, it's quite labour intense doing such a small little room because you can't really get a run on it. But we've got all that in so far. So now we've got the last little bit to do here, and then a return up across the top, down the outside and back through the hole. So while you're here, while I've got you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get subscribed to the channel, because we're going to be coming back later on, probably 2 or 3 weeks time, to get the rest of this connected into the main manifold. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment below, let me know if you do much underfloor heating, and we're going to crack on and get the rest of this done. Right then, we've got all the pipe work in now. It is all done, and the return, as I said, comes around the outside and then shoots back into our little manifold cupboard. So what I'm going to do is leave these bundled up inside here. This door can be closed, and then, as I said, when we come back, we've got to drain this down and get into these two end ones, and that currently runs the utility. As I said, Tom's fine with it being cut off, but at least we've got these pipes in here now so that they can come and get the floor screeded, and it's all ready. Then we need to give it a week or so for the screed to go off before we get water into the system, and then slowly start applying the heat. Now, a few people might notice that this isn't Snug Underfloor Heating's pink pipe. The reason being because it was literally a 24-hour heads up to get it done. Sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do, plus it is a poly pipe system, and this is the same pipe that is in the system at the minute, and that means we can connect on to there with their fittings. So it sort of made sense. Ideally I'd have used Snug Underfloor Heating for it, but the poly pipe will go into that manifold without too much hassle.